Core training became popular enough in the past few years that most people heard about it and know that it's important. But do people really know how to develop a decent core strength? I don't think so. There are so many core exercises, the internet is full of them. Someone tells you that the plank is the best core exercise and others think that plank is actually the worst. But something is sure, there is always a fancy new exercise that is the best at the time. But which core exercise is really the best one? Which one do you need to do to reach the super core strength and six-pack? Whether you have heard of core strength development at any level or not, in this video I'm going to explain a well-built and proven method how you can build a decent core strength that will help you in any sport you do. What's up guys, it's Adam from gymnasticsmethod.com. If you don't want to miss my videos about bodyweight training and lifestyle, please subscribe and click on the bell. Thank you. And if you want to get access to all the Gymnastics Method workout programs, tutorials like planche, handstand or muscle up, nutrition guide, daily workouts and much more, click the link below and become a member now on gymnasticsmethod.com. Before we start, I'd like to clarify some basics and debunk the most important myths. Which core exercise is really the best one? There is no such thing like that. Every core exercise is good or the best for something, it depends on what your goal is. You'll understand that in a bit, I just wanted to clarify this in advance. There is no best core exercise, it just makes no sense to talk about it. People who are not that into training ask this question because they've seen a new exercise on IG or the trainer who they follow posted a new core exercise which is the best in his or her opinion. Trainers usually bring the spotlight to an exercise which is actually really good in general and they want to emphasize some of its positive effects, but it doesn't mean that that's the best or most useful exercise for most people, and like I said, it depends on what your goal is. With that in mind, we can conclude there is no such exercise that will be good for all goals. Core strength is very movement specific, it really depends on what your goal is. The goals can be different for everyone and there is a good exercise to achieve each of them. And those are not even going to be 100% effective. For instance, you can do long hollow body position holds, but it doesn't mean that you're gonna be able to hold a front lever. Yes, the effort is similar, but in the front lever, you have to use different muscles too, you need to develop them together with your core. Or you can do rotations with cables or elastic band, but just by them, your golf or tennis swing won't be perfect, just to tell another example. These are all movement specific and you need to do specific exercises besides the basic core exercises. With that being said, it's worth to distinguish core development to two phases, to basic core development and specific core development. With the basics, you can make sure that you can start the specific core development with more confidence and you can prevent the possible injuries. For instance, if you develop your core to a decent basic level, you won't have to worry about getting injured while practicing the human flag, which puts huge load on your spine. That's why prehab is really important that I mentioned in my previous videos. Within that, core strength development is one of the most important areas, whatever sport you do. But, as we discussed, there is no miracle exercise which is good for all purposes. You need a system and a plan that you follow to build a basic core strength gradually, develop the neuromuscular connections and prevent the possible injuries. Its most important steps are the core activation, improving the neuromuscular connection to be able to actually squeeze the right muscles. After these, the next step is to improve the core stability, then implement all these into specific movements. The right core stability is when you can move your limbs without compensating with the spine and or the pelvis. If you can control this in basic movements, only after that you should move to the specific movements and exercises. I don't like to bore you with anatomy, but it's important to know if we talk about core muscles and core strength development, it's not only about the abs or six-pack, but about all sides of your trunk, just to keep it simple. So yes, the abdominal muscles, which have 3 layers, and the six-pack is only the superficial one. Besides that, we talk about the obliques, deep back muscles, rotators, the pelvic floor muscles, even the glutes. So don't believe it's only about the abs and it's enough to do ab crunches to develop core strength. You need to think about it as a whole, but you will understand that in a bit. So, how to develop a decent core strength that you can benefit from whatever sport you do and also help to get your six-pack. First of all, like I said, you need to be able to activate your core. Stand at the wall behind you and lean to it naturally with your back and pelvis. There's gonna be a gap between your lower back and the wall. That's because of the double S shape of your spine. To activate your core, you need to touch the wall with your lower back, press it to the wall. To do that, you need to move your pelvis or hips. That's what we call the posterior pelvic tilt, which you need to strive for in most core exercises. What you might find interesting that you don't have to contract your muscles that hard to do this movement. Why? Because you use the deeper layer of your abs, which has rich narrow connection with your nervous system, and that's how you can activate your core. These are the muscles that you use when you are balancing on a fitball or while doing handstand. The outer layers help these muscles with more contraction when you do more intensive exercises like a hanging leg raise or a front lever. So with this simple movement at the wall, you'll be able to activate your core and learn how to use it. The next step is to strengthen your core muscles for each side with dynamic and static exercises to build the neuromuscular connection and strength. This is really simple and you can use many exercises, but let's just stay with the simpler and cleaner exercises. You can use hollow body position to strengthen the front part, side hollow body position for the side, and Superman for the back. After you have strength in these, you can connect them with rotations, so turning from a hollow body position to a Superman each side. However, to strengthen the rotators, you can use other rotating movements like hip rotations in tuck on your back. After these basics, the next step is the stabilization, so as I mentioned earlier, moving your limbs without compensating with your spine and/or pelvis. In the gymnastics method system, we use very simple exercises. First, you need to eliminate your legs then arms dynamically in push-up or plank positions for 1 to 2 seconds to learn how to squeeze your core in the unstable position. Once you get that, you can do static holds. And after you are confident in these, you can do leg and arm elevations in different supported positions, keeping your trunk stable. Following that, you will have a decent core strength because these movements are the tests whether you can use your core and have the strength or not. With this ability, you will progress a lot easier in the basic exercises like push-ups, pull-ups, etc., not to mention the advanced moves. With these basics, you will progress much faster and you will be able to decrease the risk of injuries drastically. If you want to follow along a system that has been proven to work, click the link below, join now on gymnasticsmethod.com and start the Primal 1 program, which contains a full core development using this method. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did so, please like, share and write a comment what do you want to see in the next videos. Subscribe if you haven't already and click on the bell for more. See you next Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time.